Hey, all. Welcome back to the Divine Frequency. I'm your vibe coach, Jay. Hope everybody's doing good. I appreciate you coming back. And if it's your first time, thank you for showing up. Please share this with somebody who you think might need it. But today, I want to talk about one of the most humbling experiences a person can face. What happens when someone you hurt is willing to give you another chance? Maybe you lied. Maybe you stopped communicating. Maybe you let your wounds dictate how you treated someone who genuinely cared about you. Maybe you didn't realize the impact of your actions until they walked away. And then, after time apart, after healing, after growth, they come back. If you're on the receiving end of that second chance, this episode's for you. Because rebuilding trust isn't about convincing someone you've changed. It's about becoming someone they no longer have to question. Let's dive in. The first thing to understand is this: a second chance is a gift, not a guarantee. Just because someone has opened the door again doesn't mean everything returns to normal. You don't pick up where you left off. You start over. The history's still there, but now you're building on a different foundation, one that has to be stronger than before. If you expect immediate forgiveness, immediate trust, or immediate closeness, you'll likely end up frustrated. Trust moves at the speed of safety. Write that down. Trust moves at the speed of safety, not at the speed of your impatience. One of the biggest mistakes people make after reconciliation is wanting credit for changing before they've consistently shown it. Real change doesn't need an announcement. It doesn't need a speech. It doesn't need constant reminders of how different you are now. Real change becomes obvious through your daily choices. You communicate when things are uncomfortable. You apologize without defending yourself. You become dependable. You keep your word. And eventually, your actions begin to tell a story that your words never could. Another difficult truth: the person you hurt may still have questions. They still may have moments of fear. They may hesitate. That doesn't automatically mean they haven't forgiven you. Healing isn't linear. Old wounds can ache even after they've begun to heal. Instead of becoming defensive when those moments happen, become curious. Ask them what they need. Listen without trying to win the conversation. Sometimes the greatest act of love is allowing someone to express their pain without making it about your discomfort. Rebuilding trust also requires accountability. Not shame, not self-punishment. Accountability. There's a difference. Shame says, I'm a terrible person. Accountability says, I caused pain and I'm committed to doing better. One keeps you stuck, the other creates transformation. Don't make the person you hurt comfort you for what you did. Take responsibility with humility. Then let your consistency carry the rest. One of the hardest parts of earning trust back is accepting that you don't control the timeline. You may be ready to move forward. They may still be learning how to feel safe again. Both realities can exist at the same time. Respecting someone else's healing is one of the clearest signs that you've actually grown. Growth isn't proven by how badly you want another chance. It's proven by how patiently you're willing to earn it. There's another side to this conversation that often gets overlooked. Sometimes people ask for another chance because they miss the comfort of the relationship, not because they've done the inner work. Comfort isn't change. Missing someone isn't transformation. Before asking someone to trust you again, ask yourself, What beliefs have I challenged? What habits have I changed? How do I handle conflict differently today? What would I do differently if the same situation happened again? And if your answers are vague, there may still be work to do. Rebuilding trust also means creating new patterns instead of returning to old ones. Maybe you schedule regular check-ins instead of assuming everything is fine. Maybe you become more honest about your feelings before resentment builds. Maybe you stop avoiding difficult conversations. Maybe you learn each other's needs instead of expecting mind reading. Healthy relationships aren't built on perfection. They're built on repair. It's not the absence of conflict that creates lasting love. It's knowing how to come back together after conflict with honesty, respect, and compassion. I also want to say something to anyone carrying guilt. Your past does not have to become your permanent identity. If you've genuinely changed and you've taken responsibility, and if you've committed yourself to becoming a healthier version of who you are, then don't let shame convince you that you're forever defined by your worst mistake. Growth is real. Redemption is possible. But redemption is lived, not claimed. Every day, you get another opportunity to choose differently. And eventually, those choices become your character. As we close today's episode, I want to leave you with this. Trust isn't rebuilt through grand gestures. It's rebuilt through ordinary moments, repeated consistently. It's answering the phone when you say you will. It's telling the truth when it's uncomfortable. It's respecting boundaries without taking them personally. It's showing up not once, but over and over again. Second chances don't ask you to be perfect. They ask you to be honest, patient, reliable, and willing to become the kind of person whose presence feels safe. Because in the end, love may open the door. But trust is what allows two people to stay in the room. Thank you so much for listening to the Divine Frequency podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who believes in growth, accountability, and the power of becoming better than who they were yesterday. And until next time, protect your peace, lead with integrity, keep raising your frequency, take care of yourself, and take care of each other.